Alright, so in our last couple of videos, we've seen how you can use various tools in Onshape to create designs. We did something simple, we just created the letter H, but they are tools that you can apply to more complicated designs. We're going to have another go at using some different tools today. And then in the second video that comes after this, we'll look at how to take our completed design and 3D print it. So in this case here, we're just going to make a very simple nameplate. So I've got my blank canvas here. I'm looking at it from the top plane. I'm going to hit that, press here to start a new sketch, and I'm going to use a center point rectangle. I'm going to press on the center of the plane and just click and drag to form a rough rectangle. From there, I'm going to use a dimension tool to set its dimensions. So I will make that 60, and I'll make it 90 wide. From there, I'm going to add some text to it. So I'm going to go to the pencil and pick the text tool and click and drag to form a text box. I'll type my name in there. And then at the moment, that is way too big. So I need to go back to the dimension tool again. I'll press on two of the horizontal corners, and that's way too big. So I'll set that to like 70 instead. And that looks much better, but now it's not lined up with the rectangle. So now I'll unselect the dimension tool, go over to here, and then drag that text box until it's roughly in the middle. And in this case here, roughly is going to have to be good enough because getting it perfectly centered is quite difficult. So that'll do. All right, so as far as text boxes go, that's not looking, sorry, number plates go, that's not looking too bad, but I would like to round the corners of that rectangle off, because where possible, you try to avoid too many sharp corners in a 3D printed design because it slows everything down. And also as well, if we're going to take this nameplate and mount it onto things, we need kind of like screw holes as well. So I'll start by rounding the corners off. I can do that by picking a tool here called Sketch Fillet. And let's say I want to round this corner over here off. I can do that by pressing on this side and this side. And when I do that, it creates a corner. The number there is the radius of the corner, right? In this case, the corner is made from a circle that has a radius of 5 millimeters. You might be able to see that arrow there that's pointing towards the center of that circle. If I wanted to be more rounded off, I would pick a larger R number. So let's say I put 20, for example. I get that, which is way too much. So I might see if I could double tap on that and set it back to 5, right, which looks much better. And then I'll see if I can do the same thing for that guy. Yep. And over here and over here. There we go. All right, so that's looking pretty good. Now I just need to add some holes to that. So to do a hole, we can press that center point circle, and I want the center point to be the center of that rounded corner as well. So I can press there and then drag my circle out. And I'm gonna, oops, didn't need to do that. I'm gonna do that in each of the corners. I'm sure there is a faster way of doing this than what I'm doing right now, but this works. And then all right. There we go. Yep, still need to do that. And then alright, sometimes you have to be patient with this program. There we go. So now we have 5 holes, and we want those holes to be about, I don't know, 4 millimeters. That'll be 3.5 millimeters, let's say. That'll be wide enough for a typical sort of screw. So we'll set that to 3.5 and do the same thing here, and oops, try that again. Set that to 3.5, and set that to 3.5. There we go. So there are holes. So there's our completed design. That looks pretty good. I'm going to save that. And then the next video will show you how you can 3D print that.